Hey, what do you say we do a podcast? Welcome into the Postgame podcast as we start a new week, Al Dukes. What is happening?
Oh, hi there, Jerry. I don't know if you saw this recent news that Hooters, the
The restaurant
restaurant, yeah, the
or
restaurant chain,
chicks with boobs?
well, the restaurant chain with chicks with boobs
Ah,
is having to do some restructuring for filing for bankruptcy.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now they blame it on, I guess, the economy and less people are going out to
No,
eat
they're not.
and there's less foot traffic.
You
Yeah,
can't get a reservation anywhere.
I agree.
Don't tell me less people are going out to eat. Up your ass. That is not true.
I think there are other people who believe that Hooters lowered their requirements
Mhm.
for what these waitresses look like,
Okay.
and thus that is what destroyed their
I
business.
suppose that's possible. Now, I know you were at the ones in Florida. I've been to I'm trying to think. Atlantic City, which I've always told you that story. I saw Troy Aikman's last game there when they played Washington. I was at one in North Carolina once when I was traveling with Columbia. A bunch of us went. And I was at one in Florida and maybe Washington, D.C. And the ones down south are different than the ones in other parts of the country. They just, in my
Yeah.
experience, have been different.
Yeah, I think this is also the case of like when a sports league expands too much,
I was going to ask you if there's too many of them.
too much expansion,
Yeah,
and not enough. Like you say, like if we keep adding baseball teams, there's not going to be enough
for
pitchers.
sure. It waters down the product.
There's only so many hot chicks.
Well,
Then I was trying to figure out, how we get fake news now on the
yes.
internet. So I saw this story as a business story
Hmm.
that Hooters was filing for bankruptcy and trying to restructure and all that stuff. So I said, okay, let me search on X and see
Okay.
what people are saying about Hooters. So
Now let
of
me ask you
course,
something. If
yes,
you Google Hooters
hmm
on X, what comes up?
on X. Well, in this case, because Hooters was actually in the news,
Ah, okay.
but what comes up is a thing where I don't know if this is fake or if this is real
Okay.
because people kept posting 2 or 3 of the same photo and
Hmm.
saying, "Gee, I can't figure out why Hooters is going out of business." One was a group of about 8 very obese, women in Hooters outfits in front of a Hooters.
Okay.
One was a couple of, women and then a man dressed as a woman, dressed in a Hooters outfit. And then there was another one where it was very average looking women. So I was like, I don't, is this true or not? So the, I did see somebody did the community notes thing on the one where there were like 8 very obese women in front. And they said this was a photograph from women who dressed for Halloween as Hooters waitresses and took a photo in front of Hooters.
Right.
This was not Hooters waitresses.
Okay.
But
Can't believe anything, I swear.
I know that's what I
You
mean.
cannot believe
Then,
anything.
like, was a man dressed as a Hooters waitress at a Hooters? I don't know.
Right. And in this day and age, why would you know?
No idea.
You wouldn't know.
Because same thing could happen. I could dress up as a Hooters waitress for Halloween
Yeah.
and then go into a Hooters, and I'm sure they'd take a photo with me. I know when I came up here from Florida in Clearwater,
Hmm.
it was all beautiful women.
Yeah.
When I come up here to New Jersey and I wanted to spend my Sundays watching the NFL, me and my friend Paul would sometimes go to the Hooters in Union.
Hmm.
It was not good.
Not the same as it was in
They were
Clearwater.
not attractive women. Not the same as Clearwater,
Yeah.
Florida. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. Like in Florida, it just had a whole different like when up here in New Jersey, it had like a "ooh, I'm gonna go stare at chicks" vibe. Where in Florida, like there were
It was a
a
restaurant.
husband, a
Yes.
wife,
Yes.
and their kids
I know.
at Hooters. And
It
for
was
some reason,
just a restaurant.
the women eating at the restaurant with their husbands did not care
Hmm.
that women with huge knockers jumping out of their shirt were serving the wings. No one cared.
I will tell you the one when I was with Columbia, and again, a few of us on the staff, the support staff of the team, and this is going back 12 years. They were playing at Elon, I believe, in North Carolina. And we went to a Hooters there to watch NFL games on Sunday. And I believe, or no, we went to watch the game. The basketball game was 1 o'clock on Sunday up against the NFL. We went to watch college football late Saturday afternoon. And I will tell you, it was very mixed crowd, very similar to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, I've been to a couple up here. I went to one in Manhattan with Ray Martell once. Nothing but men, but the women don't look like the women from Florida.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, and I don't know why that is.
I don't either. Isn't there another chain in Florida that's is it called Tailgaters?
Well, they had a bunch of different knockoffs, and they call these knockoff restaurants restaurants.
Okay.
One of them that they do have in New Jersey, I wanted to is what I was
Twin
just Googling.
Peaks.
Twin Peaks is
That's what
one.
it's called. Yes, I've been there too in Myrtle Beach.
This says this is from the website delish.com, which
Okay.
does food stuff. Twin Peaks is a sports lodge meets sexy lumberjack theme chain.
Yeah.
Then there's one in New Jersey called Tilted Kilt, which is the women in schoolgirl outfits. Now
okay.
I've been to a Tilted Kilt. A lot of tattoos.
Well, that's becoming
But
more
these
and
women
more.
are
But yeah, I
covered
mean,
in
everybody's got
tattoos.
tattoos now. That doesn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah.
That
I don't
just
know. So
doesn't.
see, we were at a different time. We were at a more wholesome time with Hooters. The Hooters waitresses never had tattoos.
Right. Well, let me ask you this: 25 years ago, did strippers have as many tattoos as they have now?
No.
I mean,
Because I used to go to strip clubs when I lived in Florida. I was a young man, Jerry.
Yeah.
They were not tatted up.
I was never a strip club guy. I just I've been with my wife since I'm 17. And I didn't have friends that really frequented them. So I've only been to a couple my entire life, actually. And I don't remember, but from what I understand now, a lot of strippers are tatted up all over the place.
Yeah. Strippers, NBA players, college age women,
athletes.
Athletes.
It's not
Yes,
NBA,
you're right.
it's athletes. Even
Professional
hockey
athletes.
players have tattoos all over the place. Football players for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball players have tattoos.
Good point.
I mean, it's a very popular thing these days.
I just wonder where it all went wrong. You know what I mean? They were humming along.
Yeah.
Hooters. And it's not like they take a break and shut down for the winter and come back in the summer. So you're humming along, and what happens?
Well, I think a couple of things. I think number one, I do think if part of your attraction for guys to come in are super attractive females that have plus size boobs, and that starts to deteriorate away or minimize from where that standard was, that's an effect. Number two, years ago, if you wanted to see an out of town football game, you had to go somewhere. You don't have to do that anymore.
That's true.
So I do think that's hurt, whether it's a Hooters or just a regular sports bar. I think that has really hurt. Number three, there are so many places now that have games on in restaurants, and there are so many restaurants that open and close. I think there's just more choices. So I think and I think what you said is true too. And maybe it was the article, over expansion kills everything.
Yeah.
There's a line you don't want to cross, and perhaps they crossed it.
They crossed the line.
It's very that Twin Peaks we went to in Myrtle Beach a few years ago. Very good restaurant. And I mean, TVs everywhere. That was a pretty cool place. And the girls were cute, and the food was actually really good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's weird. And we're also in a day and age. You hearing the building rumbling?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, a little strange.
Not great. Back to breast, Jerry. We're in a day and age where you can't tell someone they can't work there because they're not good looking enough.
Sure. Yep.
Right?
I would think so. Yes.
But that's kind of weird too, because you could tell me I can't be on the news because I'm not good looking enough.
I don't think they can actually.
Well, they get right. They have to find. I guess they have to find another reason.
Correct. Exactly.
But it's also weird to me. Like if there were a male version of Hooters, I believe there was a place called Peckers.
How do you know?
I just remember seeing that one
for real.
Place, yeah, where it was good looking dudes shirtless serving you food.
Peckers restaurant comes right up.
Yeah,
in Nashville, Tennessee, Peckers Bar and Grill.
So my thing is this, Jerry. So if I was a waiter,
right,
and with all these different places that I could go be a waiter,
yeah,
I probably, because of the way I would expect someone at Peckers to look, I probably would not go waiter at Peckers. But strangely, unattractive women are going to Hooters to waitress. That's weird.
Maybe they don't feel that they're unattractive. Love yourself, Al.
I guess, right.
Love yourself.
We're loving ourselves too much.
Yes, we do. Yes, we are.
And now, damn Hooters are going out of business.
I guess so. Well, filing for doesn't mean they're going out of business. Filing for bankruptcy means they're shuffling money around.
Yeah.
Perhaps they'll close a bunch of sites, but I can't believe Hooters in Florida is going out of business. I just don't believe that. You have to show that to me. But yeah, I mean, you're in bankruptcy. You're in bankruptcy.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Probably in all the warm weather places, Hooters does just fine.
I would think so.
Right.
Plus, didn't our company file for bankruptcy?
That's true. Then you move debt around to
yeah,
restructure.
It doesn't mean that you're going out of business. It just means you need some help financially.
Yeah.
So if that happens to Hooters, so be it. I saw Walmart's numbers are way down.
Yeah, that screwed up the stock market the other day.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I shouldn't say way down. They were down from projections.
Yes.
They're still making money. That's the thing that kills me about this. It's like, God almighty. I mean, there's not that many people in the world. You can't keep raising those profits. At some point, it's going to level off a little bit, and you're still going to be the Walton family still just fine.
Yeah, I did see that. It was one of the days. I think it was Friday.
Was it Friday?
Thursday or Friday, the stock market did not do well both days.
Right.
And one of the days they blamed Walmart.
Of course.
Like, what's their one stock?
So funny.
How you
well, it's like
Walmart?
when NVIDIA, that tech company, NVIDIA, yes, because of what's going on overseas or something. Whether there's some company, I don't know. It was like, price is heading down because of NVIDIA. Well, what about all these other companies that are doing great? What is this one company all of a sudden plunge the stock market? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Do you think a major crash is coming at some point? I feel like we're due. It's been a long run for the most part of consistent gains.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I hope not.
I still want Guy Adami to come in.
But he will not give you real answers.
Well, we're going to corner him.
Believe me, I've asked. I had him on the Al's Boring podcast.
I remember. I couldn't wait to listen to it. Yeah, I turned it off saying he didn't answer any questions.
He does it right. He's not. He doesn't. Yeah, I don't want to say. I'm trying to figure out why he doesn't give direct answers.
I don't know. Because it's the stockbroker's secrets.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we should have all been hedge fund guys.
Yeah.
I still don't understand that.
Me neither.
For the life of me.
No idea about hedge funds.
All I know is they make lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My second topic for today, Jerry, I'm going to list. Well, here's my real question. We know that picking your nose and pulling out a booger is not something you do in public.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some other things, and you tell me if it's disgusting to see people doing.
Okay. I'm going to say probably yes to most of these because everything makes me disgusted.
Somebody putting their finger in their ear for just a moment.
That one actually does not faze me all that much.
But why the nostril? You know what I'm saying?
Because there's something about a little bit of like earwax or whatever that is just not as gross as slime coming out of your nose.
Well, when you put it that way, that makes sense.
But that's it though. I mean,
you're not going to pull slime out of your ear.
And you could literally pull something out of your nose that you didn't know existed 5 minutes ago. Like it's just...
if you're going to do that in public, you'll do it quick, right?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And that usually is very quick because the last thing you want to do is start just jamming earwax into your ear further.
I'm going to give you the most acceptable one, I believe. And you tell me if this
is... More so than the ear. Okay.
Yeah. You tell me if this is disgusting at all.
Okay.
Because I find myself doing this and I will do this in public.
Okay.
Digging in the corner of your eye to get the crust out.
I don't think that's a big deal.
Right.
I don't think that's
But that's kind of like a booger as well. It's not slime. It's kind of like a hardened booger. It's in the corner of your eyeball. Like a grain of
sand. It's nothing.
Like a grain of sand.
Yeah. I just don't think that's a big deal. And to me, that's like, because it's on the surface too. Like if you've got something
right, you're not going
nose,
internal.
Correct. If I got something on my nose, I scratch my nose. Is that a big deal? No. But when I stick the finger in the nose and schmutz comes out, ugh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and if your nose is itching you can squeeze your nose like this.
Correct.
And that's fine. Because you're not putting your finger in your nose.
So the eye stuff, not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
I don't think so.
Would you say that's the least troubling?
Yeah, that or the ear. The ear thing to me isn't a big deal either.
Pretty equal to you?
Yeah.
Then this one, no one would ever do in public.
Okay.
But I wonder for you personally, how often do you check inside your belly button?
Oh, every day.
Yeah, I always have lint.
Every day.
Do you always have lint?
Always no, but frequently sure.
Yeah.
It's the clothes. It's the remnants of the clothes.
Yeah, it's like the same stuff that you would find in the in the dryer event.
Exactly. Yeah.
The thing that catches the lint.
But yeah, no, that's
it gets
daily.
right in there.
You check daily.
Yeah.
If not, at least probably twice a day, I would think. In the morning for sure. and then at
Yeah.
night.
When I was a kid and I would, I guess be running around doing sports and
Yeah.
playing around all day long, my belly button would get so filthy that it wouldn't wash. You couldn't wash it.
But what was it?
So then what my mother used to do
Oh, boy.
is
Sure you wanna say this?
yeah, she would you take a Q-tip
Okay.
and put Vaseline in there for a couple hours, and then you go with a different Q-tip and scoop it out.
This is what she had to do to you.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Okay.
Well, I
What
think
was wrong with soap and water? I don't
I just
understand.
wouldn't get it because the belly button, some of them go all so far in, and there's all these like
Mhm.
crevices that it just wasn't coming clean. But if you put Vaseline in there,
Did you have belly button stink?
not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
but who knows?
Right.
I maybe didn't smell it
Yeah, I hear you.
because I don't know. I just didn't smell the belly button.
I'll give you one that I thought before you get back to your list that
Yeah.
I thought of that is really nasty, and we've all dealt with it, and it happened the other night when you take in I'm pretty good. I always have mints on me, always when I fly. A lot of people don't, though. So we took a red eye back from Seattle the other night. Everybody on that plane slept for at least a couple of hours. When the plane lands, everybody's up. You know what that collective breath must smell like?
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Ugh. I mean, I woke up mint right in my mouth. I'm fine. I felt confident talking. Other people, it's like, oh, the hair's all over the place. The crap in the eyes
Yeah.
and the breath has, because think about just a few hours prior, we all had the post-game meal that
Oh,
we all ate. No one brushed their teeth.
right.
So you got crap in your teeth, your mouth. Ugh. Gross.
That is gross.
Gross. That made me actually ill.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
All right, what's next?
That's the only ones I have. But
Oh, okay.
I also wanted to bring up, and it ties into the Hooters thing. I was out at at like a sports bar restaurant over the weekend, and I ordered wings myself.
Okay.
It's disgusting to
Watch people eat them.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
and for me to eat wings in public, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're making you got to pull your lips back to get to your teeth to get to them. And it's you don't want to be sucking on your fingers, but then like really quickly the napkins get very full.
Any meal that they're going to give you with a whole bunch of wet naps,
Yeah.
not something you want to eat in public.
Yeah.
Especially, and I think about this a lot, especially when you have a job, when you're on radio and TV like we are, and with social media, someone can snap a picture at your worst moment and post it.
Yeah.
I
So
think about that.
it's funny because I had those wings out at this restaurant. And I saw people eating wings, and then I posted on social media. I just wrote, "It's very simple." I didn't give any details. It's watching people eat wings is disgusting. And this guy writes back. He goes, "Yeah, I saw you at Tommy's Tavern," and that's where I was.
Were you Tommy's and Seabright?
Well, they just put one in Seagirt.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Boy, Tommy's better be careful, Tommy's. Don't expand like Hooters.
Don't go right. Exactly.
Because even like MJ's, I've noticed they've got, I think, 6 or 7 locations now. And I love that place. Tommy's is great. I think MJ's is very good, but they're starting. The owner has built a few.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
This Tommy's Tavern in Seagirt, I don't know what the one that you're talking about is. It's gigantic.
One in Seabright's is big. It's not gigantic. They have, because it's right across the street from the beach, and they're in a storefront right there on Ocean Avenue. When you walk in, big bar, and there's seating to the right, but they've got a big area in the back. So it's bigger than it looks, but it's not like one of the MJ's in Mattawan is an old banquet center. That place is enormous.
That place is huge.
But it's also very cool because on a Friday night, you can always get a table, and it doesn't mean they're not busy. They're busy, but there's so many tables because the place is so gigantic and they're pretty good. Their service is great.
Yeah, I'd love to see how a place like that, like a really gigantic place that's jam packed.
Yeah.
What's going on in the kitchen?
That's a good. I don't know. We went to a place Saturday night that. Now think of this. We couldn't get it. Now it was a last minute decision to go out with our friends. So here we were on Saturday early afternoon trying to figure out where to go. Well, you couldn't get a reservation anywhere. That's why when people say people aren't going out, your ass ain't going out. No one cooks, especially not on the weekends. So we tried, couldn't find. Finally, Kim's friend, we got a reservation, but can't get until 8 p.m. That's fine. We show up at 5 to 8. There wasn't a seat to be had in this place. And you want to see I would love to go back and see the kitchen because there's literally 50 tables. How they're churning, and the timing of the meal was great. When it's done well, it's impressive.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're right, timing the meals out so everybody gets their meal at the same
Yeah.
time. All the like, it's so much chaos.
Like I always wanted, and I think maybe even as I get older, maybe something I perhaps might invest in at some point. I've always told you a pizza place seems to me, I don't like the late nights, but I think it's just a good business. That I understand. I worked in a pizza place. I see how it works, how the orders go, how you got to be working ahead. A restaurant's different, especially when you like that MJ's menu. I don't know what Tommy's is like. I don't remember. The MJ's menu is like a diner menu. There's 9 million things on it. How do you can't prep everything.
Right.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, this Tommy's, they got sushi too. It's like
Yeah.
they're selling bar food. Oh, and sushi.
You
Oh,
want a
okay.
burger, pizza, sushi, steak, pork chop. Oh, and we got fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah, very strange.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to go back in the kitchen one day and just look around, see what's going on back there.
Then again, it's a new restaurant, so that's fine. I wouldn't
Yeah.
go to an old one. You might get sick if you go back there. You never know.
Although it's weird about this one, they put this one in a strip mall, but they took over like gotta be 3 or 4
Big
things.
restaurant.
Right. But then what if I'm the landlord? I'll be like, I'm gonna raise the rent on these sons of bitches because they've already built out this entire restaurant.
Well, that's why you usually would do a 5 to 7 year lease so
Yeah.
that the price doesn't change. And sometimes you can work in a renewable rent rate so that they know 7 years from now it's going up 6% or it's not going up, depending upon the type of landlord you have.
But then you're risking because what if everyone decides, we're not going to Tommy's anymore?
Well, but that's the
Right.
risk you. So this is what I always talk about when people discuss athletes making money and they get pissed off that the owners make so much money. The owners are the ones that put their lives and their finances on the line. And for anybody that always says, well, they're always making money. Okay, fine. Well, we had a pandemic. And yet every NFL owner still employed hundreds and hundreds of people and still gave them health care insurance. No one gave a crap. They had no money coming in or that things were changing. Same thing with restaurants. Hey, the owner makes a fortune. Okay, what if one day people stop going? Or there's a bad incident where someone vomits all over a table and no one can see that? Your business is gone.
Yeah.
All those employees can go get another job. The owner, it might be out his life savings. They take so much risk and no one ever seems to bring that up. It's amazing.
That is true.
Really is amazing.
You're there for the owners, Jerry. I appreciate it.
I am from the standpoint of are they greedy? Perhaps. Everybody in life is greedy. That's why free agents jump from team to team to team and there's no loyalty. I get that. But owners put so much on the line when they decide to open these. You know how many businesses open and close and people lose their entire 401k because they want to work for themselves? And I admire that. I do. I think that's phenomenal. If you can do it, it's wonderful. But man, oh man, that's why whenever, and it's happened before where NBA players have put out there that they'll just go start their own league. And then people will say, good, go for it. Good luck signing the leases and the insurance and the salaries. And then you got to get the spot. Like there's a lot that goes into this.
Yes.
You always notice they never start a new league, do they?
No, they do not.
Let's just take the $50 million from the owner and we'll move on.
Right.
A lot less risk.
That is correct, Jerry. All right, Jerry, let's do the warm-up show.
Okay.
We did that together today, and we'll be back tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Right on.
Until then, see ya!